Yo, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing something that I believe is very underrated for you to fully progress to your account, which is adding friends, making friends, right, on Watchers of Realms. The reason for that is because you're able to give out 3 heroes to definitely help your other friends and vice versa. So if you're able to fully get as many friends as I don't know why I did that, but as many friends as you possibly can. There's 100 max that you can get. 100 times 3, you have 300 champs to kind of go through. I don't know if the math is right, especially too if all of them actually has 3 champs that they're willing to assist you in, which is going to be huge for your account to progress slowly but surely, especially in the early stages of the game, especially as a free to play player like myself, or any other stage of spending you actually do. I think this is super important, especially in campaign. Now you're wanting to progress through the campaign. The nice thing is, even when you use a friend assist, you still get your 3 crystals or 3 points or whatever to actually move and progress, to get these resources and move forward and get the ultimate resource that's given to you when you're at the end. For this one, it's the legendary summons. For other places, it would probably be an extra few other normal summons. Like this, you'll be able to get 3 at the end of it on top of whatever the end one was, and then so on and so forth. So it'll be definitely helpful for you to have some friends and be able to get possibly lucky and get those assists, right? Now, going back to that, understanding that you kind of want to look at your roster, kind of see what you got when it comes to any of the stages, from gear raids to artifact raids to campaign to anything, even guild boss if you even want. And you kind of want to evaluate your team and kind of see, what am I needing. Like for myself, to be honest, I do not have a infernal team. I do have pyros, but I don't have anything else really. I have Imani and then Dolores. I'm not able to really efficiently use the pyro strat as much for nightmare guild boss. But if you have 4 of them supposedly and you need that 5th one, you can definitely, if you have a friend who has hex, a friend who has Cetrum, or one of those, you're able to go to the assist unit and sit here and hit the update. You have 99 refreshes per day, so it's definitely huge. You can kind of look around and see, here's a twin feed right here, here's a Cetrum right here, here's a hex right here, which is awesome. And kind of just look at the stats and so on, just understanding too that sometimes when you do use them and then something goes wrong, you restart your run and they show up again, they might have a lower attack. I don't really know how that actually works specifically, but I would definitely back out and re-enter in, and the number, you see how it changes. You do it again once or twice and the number should go back, or you would sit there and update it until you get back to that individual you do want. But it definitely has Cthulhu's another one, but understanding it's also based off of their builds on your friend's account, right? That's definitely the other major thing. But they're definitely going to be helpful. You want to be able to evaluate your roster and see, what am I missing. That's a really good champion that'll definitely help me push when it comes to campaign or guild boss or whatever, right? Now, understanding this, when it comes to raids, I don't know if Void Rift you're actually able to use assists. I don't know about that. I know Arena, no. But on raids, though, promotion raid also, if you even want, understanding that you want to be able to tell yourself, where do I want to progress to farm. Because even if you use a friend assist, right, and like this stage, if you use an assist unit, you're not able to farm it with power of dominance. You're not able to use auto runs with it because you technically didn't beat it with your own team, right? So understanding that if you're in stage 1 and you have a team, you feel like that can get to stage 7 and farm it, supposedly, I wouldn't suggest it, but that was the case, right? Then you would use a friend assist to slowly get to the point that you want to get to, right? Now, the biggest things for me when it comes to like gear raids, and that's what I honestly did, I don't know why I backed out all the way, but like for gear raids, I think if you're at stage 1 right now, or whatever stage you're at, I think the main stages you want to honestly aim for is 13, and I believe it's 16 before you get to 18 and 19. Reason for that's because at 13, you don't have no more purple gear, right? And at 13, you have a chance at red gear. Very small chance, but something, right? At 16, you're able to get the ancient gear, right? Small chance, but you're able to possibly get it. Then slowly go up. Now, for me, as you can see, I do not have power diamonds between 14 and 16. Reason for that, I had a friend assist. I just wanted to push forward and kind of get it done. Same thing with other stages when it comes to Gear Raid 2. I think. Oh no, yeah. For this one, I just skipped a few of them. Like I said, you can definitely skip these. I got lucky with some champs when I was pulling. Like I didn't have Dolores for a long time, so I ended up having to borrow Dolores a few times to definitely push forward. It was definitely tough, but I was able to do it without Dolores too. But understanding that if you need help with some of these stages, like as you can see, I don't have power dominance on all of them. I just need to make sure I completed it so I could reach the stage I wanted to get to so I can farm a little. Now, understanding you would want everyone to be at 18 or 19 for all three gear raids to be able to actually start farming and get really good gear and so on and so forth. But understanding your position and your status of where you're at, understanding that it is what it is. You gotta farm wherever, but try to be as efficient as possible to push up to stage 10 if you are in the lower stages, or if you're able to get to 16. Yeah, get a 16 on these gear raids and so on, just so you're able to have a chance to get some really solid gear, some ancient gear, or even the reds, right? When you're at stage 10, that's always the most important thing. You don't want to try farm a whole bunch of purple gear that you don't really need, right? You want to at least get gold and red, which is ancient, right? Or mythic gear. Yeah, my bad, mythic gear. So you want to try to be able to get there in any of the gear raids. And then same thing with promotions. You want to try your best to be efficient as possible. Now the sad thing is, for a resource raid, you're not able to use a friend assist. That's the only section you're not able to actually use one. And for that, it's kind of, it is what it is. You just try your best to be efficient as best as possible. Faction trials, same thing. Artifact material raids, same simple similar stance. Now for me, I got to a point where I just wanted to reach 13 so I could start getting the red flawless material, right? That's what I wanted to get to at the time. So I did skip. Obviously, I got lucky with some champs, so I didn't really need friend assist. Obviously, try your best without friend assist, but if you really need it, go ahead and do it. Take advantage of it. If you know for sure you don't care for the power dominance and you're not going to farm said stage, that's the most important thing for any of the raids, any of the any of this grindable stuff, right? Guild boss, understanding you won't have auto fight, but understanding being able to have that few extra thousand, that few extra hundred will definitely be a difference between reward 3 and reward 4. It could be the difference of you completing this and actually getting a second free chest out of it. If you're like at 34%, like this is 34% left right now for me. Not everyone has done it, nor myself, but if you do it and you're like at 33 and you quit, right, and you see, oh, it's about 33%, 32%, you're guesstimating, right? That friend assist that matches perfectly with your squad could be the difference to actually complete this, or be able to get be able to use both keys to get this whole thing done, so you're able to fully demolish it. That's what we kind of did when I first created this team. When we first got it, we were all using friend assist to slowly move up as high as possible. When we got to Nightmare 2 on Guild Boss, for a good hot minute we were there, and then we all kind of gathered ourselves, worked at it to Nightmare 3, and we were all using friend assist. We were all friends with each other. We pushed and we were able to get to 3, and now we did the same thing when we got to 4. Now 4 we could probably get to like 60%. That's the lowest. I actually know it's probably been 50 something that we've seen the lowest on this squad. But we have a lot of ranges from newer players to the end. But besides the point, that's definitely something I would definitely recommend. Friend assist is definitely huge. You get some friends. Help yourself. Do not stunt yourself. Don't hurt yourself to not actually go ahead and add random people to help you out. And it's definitely huge. It's definitely helpful, especially when you're moving forward in the lower stages of anything. Understanding and having the mentality that you're not going to farm any of those lower stages. You're not going to farm this. You're not going to farm that. You want to reach a stage that you want to get to and start farming that area. Whatever makes you comfortable. If you're like, hey, stage 10 is where it's at, stage 10 is where it's at. And you stay there at 10, and you can slowly progress to stage 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And when you get to 16, if you're still struggling, you can go ahead and still farm 10. Or you can go ahead and figure out a plan to farm 15 or whatever the case might be. But understanding that you just want to progress forward. That's how I did it. That's just my opinion. Ended up working out for me because I was able to get to 17, 18 For the longest time, I was able to farm those two areas until I got to 19. And that's what I ended up doing for all three stages. And understanding that I needed the best gear I could possibly get, and I was farming 17. As you can see here, I skipped a lot. I was farming 13, and I didn't understand fully about friend assist until I got to 13, and I realized I could just have a friend and we could just get through this, right? And so, kind of blasted through and got to 17. Was able to farm that, got to 18, then I farmed that by myself. Then I got to 19. Now I'm at 20 and farming it, which is really awesome for the free to play account, for the main account, right? But that's definitely one of the biggest suggestions I would give to y'all is go ahead and start adding people. If you want to add me, go ahead, let me know, and I will start eliminating some people to help you out, because I believe I have a solid, I have a solid account. So I'll definitely throw out some of my best champs to kind of help y'all. But yeah, appreciate y'all, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.